Hey, what's going on? Hopefully you guys are doing good. Got caught up for a second. Wanted to go live with you guys real quick. As the day is coming to an end, I'm just looking over the trades for today. I thought I would jump on live. I didn't have a chance to go live earlier. Rodriguez, what's going on, brother? All is good, man. Absolutely. So, thought I would come to you guys live, give you guys a quick little opportunity. You guys take a look at the US30, and you take a look at the US30. The market is at a place where I would say that it could make a turnaround. All right. I had given my students an alert from this same area earlier today. Okay. And the market went all the way up 200 points and it came all the way back down. Okay. And we're back here now. Back here at this level. So listen, I wanted to go live, and I wanted to talk about the 2-in-1 opportunity that I have going on. All right. After my videos yesterday that I put out, I had a few people who actually hit me up and wanted to know about, I guess, more details about the 2-in-1. So, to be honest with you, I know inside the video yesterday I mentioned that if you join the Nasdaq, you would get the US30, well, let's say the first 25 people who join the Nasdaq, you would get the US30 for free. Let me explain. It doesn't matter which side you're on. If you went with the US30, you would, if you sign up for the US30, you would get the NASDAQ for free. All right. So it's the 2-in-1, regardless of which way you go on. But the first 25 individuals will take advantage of this. All right. So I definitely urge you guys to get involved. And then I had someone ask me about, is there a possibility that I may extend this? You guys know from the past, whenever I have like a promotion or something, it's likely that I would extend the time period. Okay, so do what it is that you can. The bottom line is, if you can only afford the $9.99, that's a huge saving in itself. That's a huge savings. So don't feel pressured at all. I mean, do what it is that you can do without compromising anything on your end financially. I mean, that's where it is. If it's not the right time for you, it's not meant for you at this time. Okay. Someone had asked me, how many signals do I give out every week, or let's say every day? So it's important to know that it will always vary. I'm not hitting a certain amount, so I can say, all right, I did what I did today, and I'm done. My thing is, I'm doing these alerts and these signals, and I'm doing updates on the market around the clock, but of course, it's within my own availability. So if I go down to the gym, or if I go out somewhere and I'm not going to give any alerts from my phone. And if I do, I always let you know that it's from my phone. So you have to go back and check. But typically, I never give out alerts or signals from my phone because that's just too risky. So on average, every day, on average, we normally do something around maybe 4 to 7 signals a day. Now, of course, if you do the math on that, if you're doing that every single day, you're talking about up to 35 a week. Okay, now I don't know how often you guys trade, how much you guys trade, but 35 different setups is pretty good. Okay, now you do not have to take 35 setups. You don't have to take 4 to 7 different opportunities every single day. You may choose one, or you may choose 2. You may choose one and say, you know what, I'm done. This is a good one, I'm done. You may get the signal or get the alert. You may get the insight or have me break it down, and you say, you know what, based on how this is set up, I'm going to take this setup. I like this. And you may choose for that to be your only trade. So yeah, the market is pushing now. So it's pushing down. So as far as the amount, like I said, I'll say 4 to 7. And some days it may be light. Some days the market is just not moving right, and it may be 2 or 3. That's very, very few and far between, though, to be honest with you. To be honest. So, and then of course, when you look at the amount of setups, and then you, like for instance today, if you guys look at the US30 at 1330 100 hours, okay, if you look at the US30 at what is that? You're talking about 6:30 a.m. EST or 3:30 a.m. PST, whichever one you want to convert it to, whichever one, or 1330 chart time, okay, GMT or chart time. If you look at that, that's where I told my students the market should go up, and that market went up. And I have students who were able to hold that trade all the way to the top. You talking about that's over 200 points. Now that's one setup, okay? So now that's just one example though, because of course we have some setups that may be for, you're talking about this one was for a few hours, 1330. You're talking about from something like 4 hours, 3-4 hours. Now that may be a rarity. And of course, every day is different. Every setup is different. You may get one setup, it may be for 30 minutes. You may get another opportunity, it may be for, 45 minutes, 1 hour. But it really depends on the market. Okay? So this one setup, yes, it ran over 200 points. We had another one that had gone 100 points. Let me think, which other one? Another one right here. I'm trying to think, which one was that? Let me see. Let me check my phone. That was early. Okay, yeah, so we had another one, and this one ran up. That was only 50-some points. So I mean, with that 3 right there, you're talking about just under 400 points. And that's in one day, okay? So, we have them days like yesterday. Yesterday was really a good day. I mean, we had some great movement yesterday, plenty of different alerts that I put out. And, every day is different. So, what's going on, EJ? Oh, yeah. I got you on that. I'm glad I seen you pop up. I saw your message where you said you figured it out. You figured out the gap situation. So that's good. I'm glad you caught it, bro. I'm glad you caught it. Glad to see you here too. Yeah. So it's it's like this every day. Every day is different. You know, every day is different. Some days we may have, like I said, you may have a handful of setups. Some days you may have 2 or 3, but those 2 or 3 might be some big moves. So just like I gave you guys alerts and signals over this past week, here live, you all have to you have to realize that this is the same thing that I do with my students. Now, in terms of the difference between the two clubs, US30 and Nasdaq, I'm doing the same thing. Okay, those are 2 different markets. Oftentimes they move alike, but what you have to realize is that I will be providing you with the same level of insight, signal, alerts, walkthroughs, all that, details on the market. Okay. So one thing that I would tell you all, for those of you who are interested, I know James C. Let me see. No, why did I say C? James R. Last name R. First initial. Well, last name initial R. Not into putting anyone's whole name out there, but when one thing we have to remember is when you get involved with the US30 or the Nasdaq, we have a trading framework that we follow. Okay, you don't have to be seasoned to take my course. Okay, you don't have to be seasoned. I have years of content inside of my members area, so you can come brand new. Which, to be honest, I love having people who are brand new because there's a clean slate. There's nothing to unlearn. It's just you going through the information. If you have any questions, raise your hand. You ask your questions, get them answered. You keep on moving. So it's important that you all know that you don't have to be seasoned, but you have to be willing to learn. Okay, and so it doesn't matter if you go with the US30 or the Nasdaq. If you sign up, you're getting both. Okay, and you'll have access to both sides of the training area. So that's the beautiful thing. And of course, it's one fee. You pay one time. No additional fees, no ongoing fees at all. I've done away with those a few months ago, so you won't have to worry about that. So, so that's very important to know. If you guys look at when we first jumped on this stream, I told you all to look at the level the market was at. It was at 44557.6 and 44549.4. Okay, now the market moved beneath that zone, and it actually went to my next zone, which I have a level at 44. This is the same level we talked about just the other day when we were doing a live. It was the 44.510. Matter of fact, we talked about this level yesterday, as well as on the 12th. So on Wednesday, we talked about this level yesterday, and now it's back at the same level. So guess what I'm expecting? I'm expecting a bounce. Okay? I keep it simple. Now, if you're a student, you know the parameters around entering. If you're not a student, you have to enter based on when you see fit. But I believe that this level here, the market may go up. Now, there's no guarantee. We have to wait until we get the confirmation. So that's the beautiful thing about that. No confirmation, no entry. If you don't enter, you can't lose. So the best thing to do is make sure you have the proper entry or reason to enter, and then you go into the market. Okay. So yeah, so that's let me think. Let me think if there was anything else. Anything else regarding that? Oh yeah, that's right. So just like I mentioned, if you're a current student, you're sitting here, you're live with me right now, know that in order for you to gain access to the Nasdaq, what I've done is instead of paying the $9.99, if you're interested, you'll just have to do half of that. Okay. And if you were a lifetime student of mine way before I revamped my site and everything and did away with the ongoing fees, your grandfather in automatically because you paid top dollar. Okay. So that was something that I declared, something that I promised a long time ago to any student who was a lifetime student then. So just know that. Now, if you're a lifetime student of my 3-in-1, because I have a number of those as well. If you're a lifetime student over there and you wanted to get, you wanted to take advantage of the upgrade, you could as well. And you know, I would also do half if you wanted to upgrade from the 3-in-1. But this is something that I'm probably going to have that leave that particular upgrade option available until I reach that capacity where I then cut off that first 25. Yeah. What I like about the Nasdaq is that it does run smoother, but it requires a different set of eyes is what I'm realizing. But you can make some money. And I mean, the Nasdaq is pretty much for those who have gone. A lot of people left the Forex side and they went over to the future side. Now, luckily, the futures chart is identical to the Forex side, with the exception of price. Your candles are still going to look the same. It's just their price is different. That's the only thing. But it doesn't mean you're going to make less money. In fact, over there, from what I'm hearing from over there on the future side, Nasdaq is king. Like on the Forex side, the US30 is king. So that's something to think about. Right now, the Nasdaq to me is setting up on a move down. All right, and it's just me giving a quick glance at it. It doesn't take that long for me to see these things, and this is what I impart on my students. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Any questions? Any questions, ladies and gentlemen? So we have like 19 people on. I don't do the live thing too often. This is the most that I've ever gone live. I have never gone live this much. So any questions? All right, I may jump on that. That's what I should have went live on IG at the same time. That way I didn't have to repeat the same stuff again. Well, yeah, I'm going to jump on live now on IG. If you guys want to jump over there, I'm basically going to repeat the same information. Definitely glad you're enjoying it, EJ. So if you guys want to jump on live on IG, I'll be over there now. Listen, just as I tell you guys all the time, have nothing short of a fan. Oh, hold on. I can't go without telling you guys. Let me see if I can give you guys some sauce real quick. Yeah, 44.510. Watch 44.510. But listen, we're getting close to the end of the day. This is not the time that I like to trade. I don't like to trade during these hours simply because what I find is towards the end of the day, a lot of people trying to get their last bit of money. So the market can push in one direction, and it's not a real move. And I don't like to try to analyze the market during these times. Definitely as we approach the 4 o'clock hour, be very careful. All right, you don't want to get caught up in any trades over the weekend and then subject yourself to any type of swap or fees. So now that's it. Listen, just as I tell you guys all the time, have nothing short of a fantastic day. Remember, stay healthy, stay safe. As always, remember to remain and stay prayed during the times we live in. I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, peace and blessings, everyone. Let's see.